Okay, hi folks. Welcome to some Path of Exile, and let's talk Ignite. So, patch 3.3 Incursion expansion. We had some big reworks to how Ignite worked, and the various support terms for Ignite, and the skills that involved Ignite. And from what I've seen, general consensus is that it's good, and it's significantly better than it was, but it's not like top tier, which doesn't really matter that much, but hey. But I've been playing around with this Burning Arrow build. This was actually my starter for the league. In retrospect, I probably should have gone with something a little bit less focused on getting a whole pile of good stuff. But I'm managing. I'm taking my time. I'm relatively new to Path of Exile. I've only been playing on and off since Legacy League, where I kind of started for a bit, stopped playing, came back in Abyss for a bit, stopped playing, but this time round, properly kind of having a proper crack at things. So, running a Burning Arrow build. Just a quick overview of kits. We're using Herbnor's Resolve with my Curse and various things. We've got a set of gauntlets from the Temple, which has the added burning damage. We've got some Void Walkers, mainly there to give us a nice easy access source of Pierce, because we're not running multiple projectiles in this build, so we need to be able to hit lots of things quite easily. We're running a Diadem Dawn, which I have to admit surprised me how big a difference this makes to the build. I think it's worth quite a lot in the actual DPS calculation. We're running a Corrupted Drill Neck that I got from the Temple. I probably would have liked it better if I got that Fizz damage conversion as extra fire damage, but I'll take the cold. Damage is damage. And projectiles deal 8% increased damage for each enemy pierced, which really nice for pack clearing. The main reason we have this is for that last line, 50% increased damage with hits and ailments and targets they pierce, which actually adds quite a nice big chunk of DPS. We've got an Impresence, which I bought because I have not been able to successfully take out the Elder properly. But that gives us a nice big chunk of extra damage, but more importantly, gives us the free flammability. Matting Presence is nice. And that's pretty much it. And then, just some rare bits and bobs just to give us some survivability, some extra health, some extra damage, all that good stuff. And flasks are, anti-poison, anti-bleeding. Rot Gut for a Quicksilver Flask. This is just something I'm experimenting with. Soul Catcher, because we're actually running Val Burning Arrow, and it's nice to have that extra big burst of damage. Haven't corrupted it yet. And the Mana Flask, kind of looking to get rid of this, but I keep running Rolling Maps, which has, you can't regen mana, which kind of ends up being an issue. Quick look at the tree. We're running Scion, and what we've done is we're basically up in this area for all the burning damage, running Elemental Overload. Over here in the Templar area for these nice elemental damage nodes. Down here, Scion Life Wheel, and what we did was, on the Ascendancies, got Deadeye off the one here, and then we went for Trickster and Path of the Shadow, which let us rejig the tree. Basically, I did have all these nodes along here, got those refunded back when I changed this over, so I could spend them elsewhere. And we're using all of these wonderful nodes over in Shadow for basically elemental damage, damage over time, more life, elemental damage, loss of ability, and running a whole pile of jewels. Big thing though, it's making the build work, is the Sudden Ignition jewel. I could get I need to get a better version of this, but 40 dexterity and radius, Burning Arrow can inflict an additional ignite on enemies. So this is where we're actually getting our damage from Ignite for this build. Oop, barky doggy. So the way this basically works out is we're running the Zoph's Nurture bow. It's giving us a big chunk of base Fizz damage. Between Zoph's Nurture, with the 50% Fizz Fire conversion, and Burning Arrows Fizz Fire conversion, we've got 100% Fizz to Fire, which is nice. And yeah, it's actually just really fun. So this is my main characters. This is as far as I've gotten the tree, and this is the only character I've gotten to maps so far. And we're doing red maps. We've had a few sort of corruptions put us on nice big high ones in the 14s. Mainly sort of skirting around this area now as I work my way in, because I only get so much playtime. But, importantly, having fun. I have fought the Elder once, and he kicked my ass because it was the first time I ever fought him, and I didn't understand the fight. That was pleasant. And yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to maps. We're going to do this. We're going to do Spider Forest, I think. Coves, Spider Forest, Spider Forest. Fight some spiders. I do have a Castle Ruins map, which is higher tier, but when I corrupted that, yeah, no, this would kind of kick my ass. 90% chance to avoid elemental ailments. No, might put that up for sale. So yeah, we're gonna roll up the Spider Forest map just so we can say that hey, you can run it. You can run a red map. 2 projectiles, extra damage is lightning. Must take reduced extra damage from crits. Nope, that is absolutely fine. Nothing that will hurt us too badly there. I'm not going to corrupt it because I have already done this map on corruption and I'm trying to save my Val orbs. Okay, so as you can sort of see down here, we're running Anger, we're running Flammability, and we're running Herald of Ash. All to just basically ramp up fire damage. We've got Val Molten Shell on a defensive, Blink Arrow, Burning Arrow, and the Val Burning Arrow. The Val Burning Arrow basically just being an alt fire for fighting more dangerous targets. Ooh, hello, that was a Kadava Demon. GMP, this might actually get interesting. But you can, as you can see, like as far as like just clearing these basic packs, we're not really having any difficulty. Once you get them ignited, because of the Ignite Proliferation, it's effectively double igniting on hitting anything more than one enemy because they ignite each other, which is really nice. Oh, there's that extra Ignite Proliferation again. I'm leveling up because I want to try and corrupt one of those. Once I've cleared out the map a bit, I'll show off the actual 6 that we're using on this.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
No, you can't, sign on. So, in any situation where you've got these nice sort of dense corridors, where you can just pierce down large groups of enemies, you really do have this nice, just solid, sweep everything out of the way. Pardon the barkabilities. And you've got about 3 seconds of doing about this. It's about, I think we have the building works out about 400k ignites in kind of ideal situation. Oh, and we've hit the miss. Just gonna make things a bit interesting. There's a Val arrow. Where's it going? Where's it going? Where's it going? Oh god, it's this. There we go. I'm just gonna use the Val Burning Arrows. So the Val Burning Arrow is really good for that sudden immediate I need to kill everything on the screen. Interestingly, doesn't apply to ignites because it's not Burning Arrow, it's Val Burning Arrow. But you can stack. Oh, yeah, sorry. You can stack the ignite from a Val Burning Arrow and then put a regular Burning Arrow on top of it next to the gem. Chaos Orb. There's our Alk back. Searching Ideal. Deerskin Boots. That'll be whatchamacallit, Trapper. Just quickly. Yeah, Deerstalker. Trapper Boots. We'll grab that Gemini Claw. So, it actually creates a situation where you can run a nice, almost AoE-ish kind of build because of the ignite from Ignite Proliferation. So, it's not really that you're firing a single piercing arrow, but every time it hits an enemy, it fires off like a 20 diameter radius, a 20 radius AoE, which then ignites up to 5. So it actually works out really well for just doing these nice group sweeps. Hey, Waterways map. How are we doing? 150 remain. Yeah, let's do the arena. Just throw down a portal here because I'm bad. I think this is another version of the Lyra. Here we go. So, pop the flask, let's get our ignite started, so... There we go. And just clear out our here. Ooh, Arachnid 2. Tier 10. Cool. I haven't actually got that map yet, so that's fine. So, like, the single target damage, it always seems to be the way. You either have phenomenal single target damage or you have phenomenal group clear. Or you have one of the big mega meta builds that just says both, because holy crap. But it works out really, really nicely. Now, this is where the problem with the rot gut comes in. Still debating keeping that. Yay, a Torah map. So we need to make some kills before we get our speed back. There we go. But I mean, like, this isn't the fastest map clear in the world, but, you know, you need to have the most ridiculous builds in the world to get those. It's doing nice, solid, reliable damage. It can be tankier, but I've found that archers tend to be not that tanky. Grab that. Archers tend to be sort of variably tanky anyway. You're mainly surviving on the fact that you keep out of range in most circumstances, which I most of the time not. Terrible. Go. Let's do this quick tour thing here. I sort of doing a live commentary in this probably isn't the best plan in the world, but I figured it'd be a good way to just quickly do a little video about it. And there we go. I mean, there's only so useful this is. I mean, this is level 78 map, I'm level 89, so I am over levels, but mapping's like that anyway. 5 monsters remain. Yep, cool. Right, so let's just scoot our way back out here. Actually no, we didn't get Alva. Did we see Alva? Must have run past her early on. There she is. We'll do the incursion. That'll be a good way to sort of show off how quickly you can get some clear done. Assuming it doesn't kick my ass.
Just in time.
What we got?
Ah, there you are.
It's a lightning
Ready to
workshop with
revisit
8
the
incursions remaining.
The more you kill, the more you
workshop or
change my
upgrades?
map. And the closer we get to finding the temple.
Yeah,
in
let's
the
upgrade
present
this.
day.
We'll
Let's have a look at the
try
layout.
and link over to the sacrifice chamber.
Time to go.
Where's our enemies? Here are nice big packs of enemies. So, when you've got nice big groups that you can just sort of lay these ignites onto, and literally just do so cool sort of shoot and scoot kind of gameplay. Sweet stone passage. Right, let's try and get our architect here. There he goes. Oh crap. I'm a guardian. Right. Do our link. Now let's just mop up what we can of what's in here. Improve our drops. So it's really satisfying when you get this just nice sweeping. You see those health bars sort of burn down. Just feels nice. Good, satisfying, ignite all the things kind of stuff. And yeah, there we're done. So I mean, it's good enough to clear sort of these higher end incursions.
Good job.
Ooh, hello.
Jorpek's experiments into
Hey,
electrical
so if I can
light
link here and
came
link
to
here, we're good.
crescendo in-
But yeah, there we go. So yeah, this has basically just been a quick look into Burning Arrow build and how it's sort of performing with the new Ignite. It's not like map ending, but it's what I quite like about it is it's engaging. You have to move around, you have to aim a bit. It's not quite so fire and forget, so it's not the best thing for clearing in the world. It is pretty fun. Things burn, everything burns. You've got a bit of a tricky thing with the tree to set up, and I had to get a 6 link Zoph's Nurture to really make what I wanted to do work. That or a 6 link chess piece, but I wanted the Zoph's Nurture because this eventually I'm going to try and replace it with a Count's Heart with a nice plus fire damage roll. See if I can creep that up over 500k. But just for the 6 link, because I said I'd go with it, we're doing Val Burning Arrow with an elemental damage with attack support, Swift Affliction, Deadly Ailments, Ignite Proliferation, and a Combustion support, where my Corruption attempt kind of failed. So yeah, there's still room that I can sort of tune this up. I haven't got a lot of these gems sort of maxed out in quality yet, which I really should. That's what this whole swap's for. There's room for corruptions and various items. There's a lot of room where we can sort of just improve what's going on. Oh yeah, it is the Restless Ward. That could be handy on another build. So yeah, there we go. Actually, hold on, I want to have a look at this leather cap, because I haven't actually seen this one. Gold rim. Huh. I haven't actually seen one of those. It's worth the chaos. Sweet. So yeah, there we go. So that's been a whole pile of burning damage. So, sorry if it's been a bit rambly. It's literally just been done in the morning while I've got a few minutes. Wanted to throw something together. Wanted to sort of share something with all you lovely Reddit people. So, until next time, folks. Toodles.